Good day, councillors and the residents of the city of Johannesburg. I'm here to explain the situation that we have within Bellevue and Observatory substation. So many of the residents may not understand the diagrams, so we're going to try and simplify this so that people understand what we've been going through. So here it's simply the lines that comes from Sebenza to our substations at Bellevue as well as Observatory. Now, residents, currently we have a fault at the oil cable at an 88 level, which is faulty. So that oil cable will take up to 2 weeks for it to be fixed. And as a result, it's out of service, which is feeding Bellevue substation. Now, our solution was that in the past 3 days was to supply the residents of Bellevue using the interconnectors that we installed in the middle of December last year. So we have attempted to do that. I think it's once we have attempted to do that, but the interconnectors failed as a result of high consumption. Once we switch on these interconnectors to the load of Bellevue and surrounding, it peaks immediately at around 700 amps, and it goes on, it even crosses the 1,000 mark. So we then have a situation where these cables, they don't last, they then melt, and then we trip. So as a result, we have taken a decision to then control the load that goes through these cables supplying Bellevue to minimize it to 300 amps, at least for the next 72 hours, to see whether are we going to fail these interconnectors or not. And as a result, we urge all residents that are coming from Bellevue to exercise caution when they are using the appliances. Let's use each appliance at a time, and we make sure that we don't consume a lot, so that we can manage the load to be around 300 amps, so that this network can stabilize. Once we monitor that and we see that the usage it's being used optimally and our interconnectors are handling it nice, we'll then bring everybody in slowly so that we are able to then power everybody at the same time. So what we are going to do is to do what we call load rotation. That will allow us to keep the currents at 300 amps. So we are going to share that load rotation schedule to everybody who is affected so that they can follow it closely. So that control, we've now taken it as City Power to say we are going to monitor our meters. Once they reach 300 amps, we're going to keep it at that, and then those are the people that will be on at that particular time. In a period of 4 hours, we bring other people on, while those other ones, we take them out. And then we alternate like that for the next 72 hours so that we see whether this stabilizes. But if it stabilizes nice and the residents, they cooperate with us, we'll be in a position where all the customers will be able to be connected. Now that's only for the 3 days, for the next 3 days, for us to monitor. If that comes out all right, we'll be able to bring everybody on board and online. But we urge everyone to exercise caution when they use the power. Now, in the long-term plan is that within Bellevue, a new transformer is being organized, or it's already organized on its way to be installed, and that installation will take up to 3 months minimum. So when that transformer comes on board, it will also be a good news to the residents because it will stabilize this network. We also have a plan to replace these old cables of 88 kV oil cables with an XLP cable, because these cables, they are of new technology. Even if they get faulty, it will only take us a day to fix them and we restore power. Unlike the old cables that takes up to 2 weeks for us to fix. So those are the good news that we are bringing. We are also commissioning the 3rd transformer at Observatory that will give a surplus supply to Observatory community. So once that has been completed, and we estimate that somewhere between 6 months to 12 months, we should have all these plans in place. Then we're going to have a nice network that will continuously supply the residents which are affected by these two substations. But of importance as of now is for everybody to use what they're supposed to use in terms of electricity, and we switch off everything that we're not supposed to use so that we can stabilize these interconnectors, because those are the only options that we have now for us to supply the Bellevue community. I thank you.